Sourdough bread is one of the oldest forms of bread making, using only wild yeast, flour, and water to create a beautifully tangy loaf with a chewy crust. Today, I'll guide you through the essentials so you can make your very own sourdough at home, even if it's your first time. Your sourdough journey starts with the starter, a natural, live culture of flour and water that will help the bread rise. Here's how to make one. Combine equal parts flour and water in a clean jar and stir well. Leave it out at room temperature, loosely covered. Each day, add more flour and water to feed it. In about 5 to 7 days, your starter should be bubbly and have a slightly sour smell. It's ready to use. Once your starter is active, you're ready to mix the dough. You'll need 500 g of flour, 300 g of water, 100 g of starter, and 10 g of salt. Combine the flour, water, and starter in a bowl. Mix until it forms a rough dough, then let it rest for 30 minutes. This process is called autolyse and helps develop the dough's structure. Next, add the salt and knead the dough gently for about 5 to 10 minutes. You can use a stretch and fold technique, which is beginner-friendly. Then, cover the dough and let it rise at room temperature for about 4 hours, giving it a stretch and fold every 30 minutes during the first hour. Once it's doubled in size, it's time to shape the dough. Gently fold it into a round or oval shape, depending on your baking pan. Place it in a floured bowl, cover it, and let it rise again, this time in the refrigerator for 12 to 24 hours. This slow fermentation helps develop a better flavor and texture. Now for the best part, baking. Preheat your oven and baking dish at 475 degrees Fahrenheit, 245 degrees Celsius. Carefully transfer the dough into the hot pan. Score the top with a sharp knife, and bake for about 20 minutes with the lid on, then 20 more minutes uncovered, until it's golden brown. And there you have it, your very first sourdough loaf. Remember, every loaf teaches you something new, so don't worry if it's not perfect the first time. Keep experimenting, and soon you'll have your own favorite sourdough recipe. Happy baking!